What an insane day. Elon Musk just declared war, the stock market had a pretty nice recovery after a historic sell-off, and last but not least, retail traders are once again being screwed over by their brokerages, but don't worry, they're blaming it on someone else. As you can tell, we have a lot to talk about, so I don't want to waste any time. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, let's rock. We tried peace, and now it's war. That's what the world's richest man, also known as Elon Musk, had to say in response to the CEO of his company's open letter to advertisers. I'm talking about what Linda Yaccarino had to post earlier today, which was an open letter to advertisers, and basically she was calling out this group, a cartel, a cabal of advertisers and advertising agencies that we have now found out has systematically been working against X, obviously known as Twitter. So yes, I want to talk about that, but maybe we'll start off on a bit more of a positive note. Dow rallies 700 points as Wall Street rebound gains steam. So yesterday was horrific, but today was pretty good. The S&P 500 is now up 2.4% today and on track for the best daily performance of 2024. That's 1.8 trillion of market cap added back to the S&P 500 since yesterday's low. Yes, we had this very brutal sell-off, and then we had a pretty solid bounce where we got this upside gap fill, not only on the SPY, the upside gap fill on the NASDAQ, and also the upside gap fill on the Russell 2000. By the time the dust settled on the day, all three of the major indexes, the SPY, the Qs, and the Russell, were all up about 1%. So at the end of the day, it did give it a little bit back, but obviously this gives people a little bit of hope. So we went from a red horrific sell-off yesterday to a pretty green day. Here's the heat map of the S&P 500. If you checked out yesterday's update video, it was all red. It was a bloody Monday. And today we have a nice classic turnaround Tuesday. Now, before I go much farther, and I hope you got able to take advantage of this and got a little bit of a reprieve and all that red in your account, I don't think enough people are talking about this. JP Morgan says institutions bought the dip while retail panic sold aggressively. Retail sold $1 billion worth of equities. That is a 2.5 standard deviation below the 12-month average, as in very abnormal. On the other hand, the big players, institutions, were net ahead by 14 billion, which is 2.9 standard deviations above the 12-month average. So basically, retail selling, the big guys buying. So clear deviation, but I think the story goes deeper than that. I know I lightly touched on this yesterday, but I don't think it's getting enough attention. Why was retail so low? Maybe does it have to do with the chance that retail wasn't even given the opportunity to buy? Robinhood says there will be a no 24-hour trading on Monday due to issue at third-party venue. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I find it funny in hypersensitive, emotional, volatile environments like yesterday's sell-off and today's rebound that all of a sudden brokerages are like, you can't trade and it's because of someone else. It's totally not our fault. Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, and Robinhood, obviously, a lot of them were down. How is this not being discussed more? Of other people in the know with the right connection are continually making more and more money, and then little guys like you, like me, who might want to be doing something in heightened volatility environments, all of a sudden,
sorry, it's down. We really wish we could help you, but trust us, bro, it is totally not our fault.
I just find it odd. I find it odd not only that this continually happened, I find it odd that really media is not talking about it. I just want to share that. Find it really weird because even though we had a nice rebound today, it just seems like time and time again, you have the average little guy, retail traders, just continually getting screwed over. Just wanted to share that, but moving on to the big story. So what happened today related to Linda, Elon, Chris Pavlovsky of Rumble, I guess Google and Twitter and everything in between? What had happened was Linda Yaccarino posted this video message. I'm not going to play it. You should watch it. It's 2 minutes long. It kind of has the vibe of like you're getting a stern talking to by your aunt at a family function because you might have had a couple too extra, but whatever. That's besides the point. That was the tonality of the message. But basically, she once again wrote it up so you can read it, and it was very, very interesting. After a career in media and advertising, I, aka Linda, thought I had seen everything. Then I read the U.S. House of Representatives Judiciary's Committee report entitled GARMS, the Global Alliance for Responsible Media Harm. Now, if you're like me, maybe you've never heard about that before, so I looked it up. Global Alliance for Responsible Media. The GARM is a cross-industry initiative established in 2019 by the World Federation of Advertisers. Didn't know that was a thing. To help the industry address the challenge of illegal or harmful content on digital media platforms and its monetization via advertising. I don't know about you, but this definitely has some WEF, World Economic Forum vibes of, hey, we know better than you, so you should just kind of trust us while we control it. But anyway, the US House of Representatives looked into it, and what they found was no bueno. Evidence obtained by the committee shows that GARM and its members directly organize boycotts and use other indirect tactics to target disfavored platforms, content creators, news organizations in an effort to demonetize and in effect limit certain choices for consumers. Feels like it's going against the classic idea of freedom of speech, but hey, who am I to judge? Obviously, people getting pretty mad about it. Elon Musk, we tried peace for 2 years. Now it's war. It's even more interesting because this all came on the backs of what happened with Google yesterday. Google loses antitrust case over search engine dominance. Federal judge rules company acted illegally to maintain its monopoly status. Now, with all of this, you could always look to one of the additional platforms that is campaigning for free speech, and I'm talking about Rumble, and I love to see this dynamic duo. Rumble has joined X to sue a cartel of advertisers and ad agencies who conspired to block ad revenue from going to certain platforms and content creators. GARM was a conspiracy to perpetrate an advertiser boycott of Rumble and others, and that's illegal. And then, of course, the CEO, Chris Pavlovski of Rumble, had this to add on. Google just found out that they can't rig the search market to exclude their competitors anymore. As soon as a cabal of advertisers and agencies will find out that they can't arbitrarily engineer a boycott of Rumble and X, we've joined X to sue them. We'll see them in court. So Google being lost a big L from the DOJ, and now this whole GARM thing getting wrapped up with the US reps, it's gonna get complicated and it's not looking so good for old Google. We've tried being nice for 2 years and got nothing but empty words. Now it's war. So Elon doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, teaming up with the other free speech platform, Rumble. So now X and Rumble kind of together saying, hey, Google, what you're doing, we've had enough of it. Now, this doesn't have exactly to do with this particular story, but it's somewhat related, and I wanted to share it with all of you while I have your lovely attention. On Monday night, I'll be doing a major interview with Elon Musk, details to follow. This is obviously from the former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Obviously, it's going to be interesting. Who knows what they're going to talk about, but I bet it's definitely going to get everyone's attention, so you might want to mark your calendar. That's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your wrap up of all the things you might have missed going down on the interwebs as you were probably, having a real life. I would love to get your thoughts and opinions in a comment below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also in the description of the video is the Goonie trading group. So if you want to trade with me on the daily, that's the perfect place to sign up. You get your first month free with the code Goonie. That's what I have for you. Catch you in the next one.